Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets, your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NCAA March Madness Round 1 Thursday. So we get the Thursday games, Friday games. We're only going to do college basketball today. We're only going to go through Thursday. We will be back out with another show for Friday. Also, we'll have a separate hopefully have a separate NBA show for tomorrow as well, as Thursday's kind of a light day, but we'll put something small together for you guys as well. But we've got to get into this monster slate of Thursday. This is the sports gambling degenerate holiday over the next 2 days, to say the least, with Thursday and Friday games. We got, 16 games Thursday, 16 college games Friday. I think we got about action every damn one of them too, so a lot of stuff going on. We're excited to tell you all about it, give you what we've got going on. So let's get to it. We're going to get started in the first game. We're going to get started at 9:15 out here in the West, 12:15 Eastern time. Like I said, 12 plus hours of college basketball. What more could you want, right? Creighton, Louisville in an 8-9 matchup here. Louisville favored by 2.5. One of the better teams in the ACC. That's not really saying too much unless you're Duke this season. Creighton, on the other hand, was a little wish-wash, we'll say the least. They were really good at home. On the road in neutral court, not so much. So we're going to take Louisville in this spot here. We like Louisville minus 1.5 first half, 2.5 for the game. Next game up is one of our bigger upsets we're predicting at 12:40 Eastern time. Purdue and High Point. This line actually has come down as well. This line was at 8.5 for most since it was announced. Now it's 7.5 at a lot of books. Purdue favored by 7.5, 153.5 total here. Purdue normally wins when they shoot crazy hot. I don't think that they're gonna do that against High Point. The total's at 153.5 here, so we're expecting some scoring to boot. But give us High Point plus 4.5 first half, plus 8.5 for the game. Also, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit on the High Point money line, which we were getting around plus 320. Next game up. 1:30 Eastern time, Montana, Wisconsin. Wisconsin obviously played well until they were shooting like crazy in the Big Ten tournament until they met Michigan in the final. Didn't win that one. They're facing Montana here. The number has come down in this one quite a bit too. This thing was at 18, now down at 16.5 at some books. I expect it to go down even more tomorrow, but we were all over that 18 number. I just think it's too big a number for Wisconsin. I've seen them go cold and give up 20-point leads. Montana's not an absolute god-awful team either. They should be able to score a little bit with them. Montana plus 9.5 first half and plus 18 for the game. Next game up at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Houston, the number 1 seed. SIU, Edwardsville. Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. First time making the tournament for them. And welcome to playing Houston, and you're a 28.5-point dog. Monster number here. We're focused mainly on the total on this one. I think Houston can get damn near a majority of this by themselves, as they can get some scoring, especially against some of the weaker competition here. This thing was 125.5, now up to 126.5. So if you want on the over train, get on it as quick as you can. Houston, SIU, Edwardsville over 59.5 first half, over 125.5 for the game. Next game up. Auburn, Bama State, another 116 matchup. This game going on at 2:50 Eastern time. And instead of 28.5, how about 32.5 for Auburn? Monster number. They probably can cover that number. That would not surprise me whatsoever. What I am shocked by is the line has went down on the total. I know Auburn can be a good defensive team, but they could also score 100 points. We've seen him do it with multiple teams in the SEC. So when you're giving me a total at 150 with an offense that's got the capability of putting up 100, I'm going to take the over there, which we did in this particular spot. It has come down from 150.5 to 149.5 some books, so a chance to take advantage. Auburn, Bama State over 70.5 first half, over 150.5 for the game. Next game up, Clemson, McNeese, 3:15 Eastern time. This line stayed pretty steady, so not a lot of movement here. Clemson's one of those teams that is not going to wow you with their offense. They're not a clamper on defense. They're just solid all the way around. McNeese has played pretty well, got themselves in the tournament. But we like Clemson here is they tend to stand tall against good competition, and they don't play down to other competition. So give us Clemson -4 first half and 7.5 for the game. Next game up, 4:05 Eastern Time, VCU BYU. This is a pretty popular dog spot, and to be really honest, VCU, although they did have some trouble like closing out and covering some games in their tournament, they still won all those games. BYU is going to be pretty dependent upon the 3-point shot, and they're a little funky. This game could be a low-scoring one as well, but we do like VCU in this spot, as a lot of people do. The lines come down from 3.5 to 2.5. VCU +2 first half, +3.5 for the game. Next game up, 4:35 Eastern Time, Georgia Gonzaga. This is not your Gonzaga team from multiple years past. They are not that dominant team. They get 8-9 matchup here. In my opinion, I think this is going to be one of the better games probably all day. Georgia getting 6.5, which I think is a huge number. So give us Georgia +3.5 first half, 6.5 for the game. Also, we sprinkled a little bit on that Georgia money line as well to get that win there. At +215 for an 8-9 matchup or so, you're getting pretty damn good value there as well. Then we get on to the 650. We get into the night games. Tennessee hosted, the 2 seed against Wofford in this one. 18.5 points is the line in that one. 133.5 total. And we liking the under actually in this matchup. So we think Tennessee's defense and the fact that they always seem to play down to competition on teams they should beat the hell out of, it's just common for Rick Barnes and Tennessee teams, especially when it comes to tournament time. So give us that under 64.5 first half and 133.5 for the game. Next game up, Arkansas, Kansas, 7:10 Eastern Time. Let's be honest here. KU, this has been one of their worst years I can remember. With all the talent they have on that team, it is time to watch some of these DeJuan Harris and some of these dudes get out of the program, as all they're doing is just dragging this down. Hunter Dickinson, who was a monster pickup last year in the NIL window, all that money spent, really hasn't done much for him either. The lines actually went the other way as well. Kind of shocked here. We liked Arkansas from the start in this one, but it's went from 4.5 to 5.5, so you got a better chance to grab it now. Arkansas +2.5 first half and 4.5 for the game is where we like that one. Next game up, Texas A&M and Yale, 7:25 Eastern Time. Yale getting 7.5. A&M can go through some issues with scoring. I don't think they're going to have an issue scoring here against Yale. Their defense is much better than Yale's. We're going to roll it with the Aggies here in this one, -4 first half and -7.5 for the game. Next game up, 7:35 Eastern, Drake, winners of the Missouri Valley. 2-3 losses all season. Missouri out of the SEC. One of those 6-11 matchups that can be a little bit tricky as well. Missouri favored by 6.5 in this one. Totals at 132, 132.5, depending on what book you're at. Have you guys seen Missouri score? They can score all over the place. I understand Drake plays lower scoring games a lot of the time. I don't expect Missouri is going to fall into that trap with them at all on that one there. So give us Drake Mizzou over 61.5 first half, over 132 for the game. Next game up, we've got another upset special for you here at 9:25 Eastern Time. Utah State, UCLA. UCLA's been good to us all season long, no question about it. Utah State can move. They can score, and they can play a little bit of D, but they can definitely score. No question about that. We like Utah State in this spot. The line's been pretty consistent at that 5.5 number at most books. Give us Utah State +3 in the first half and 5.5 for the game. Next game up, Omaha St. John's. St. John's, the 2 seed here against Omaha, 18.5 point favorite. St. John's has figured out ways to cover games and, against weaker competition and better competition altogether. We like St. John's in this spot here against Omaha. We'll lay the 9.5 first half and 18.5 for the game. Then we get to Michigan, UC San Diego. Michigan, 2.5 point favorite here. This line is really tight. They're giving a lot of cred here to UC San Diego, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. We're going to lay it with Michigan. We'll take our chances here. I know we could live to regret this one later, but I don't know how you get away from this. At Michigan -1.5 first half and Michigan -2.5 for the game. And the last game for Thursday night, round 1, UNC Wilmington, Texas Tech. Tech's been fantastic pretty much all season long. Congratulations on UNC Wilmington getting into the tournament. Last game of the night, and we're expecting a banger when it comes to scoring. We're going 18.5, or the 14.5 really wasn't up our wheelhouse, but we love that 142.5 number, and we're going over. Texas Tech, UNC, Wilmington over 66.5 first half, 142.5 for the game. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem whatsoever. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets. It's docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link. Go to the basketball 24-25 tab. Once you hit there, scroll down to March 20th. You'll be able to see all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, and then obviously once everything's over, the result as well. So you can follow along with us as well as we go through the tournament. Plus, it'll have the NBA games in there as well. But everything posted there for you to see easily. Do you like the content that you're seeing here and like to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on. Once you do that, we will show up in your follow or subscriptions tab. Or if you want to make life a little simpler for yourself, we obviously recommend turning on notifications for that social media platform. And you'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. It'll give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Also, private Discord channel available for all of you out there. You got to subscribe to us through TikTok. Yes, it is a few bucks per month, but you get all of these bets. In fact, you've had these probably for over a day now on the Discord for these Thursday morning round one bets, as they were obviously posted early as there's so much action for the March Madness mess. So all you have to do is subscribe to us through TikTok. Once you do, we will go ahead and send you the Discord invite, and then you'll be there with well over another 100 members, sharing tickets back and forth. Questions can be asked. Obviously, the picks get all of our bets get posted there before we put them out for the betting public, so you can get ahead of the line moves and juice moves as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.